It's a scandal for the development agencies that after 30 years of experiment, Bangladesh is still, in terms of the poverty, still there are more poor people than before, and they have not been able to reach those so-called hardcore poor they call. I mean, they think that people have become more and more poorer. There is more increase in the trafficking of women and children. There is more degradation of the life and cities, because in, let's say, in Dhaka city, it is not livable anymore because the pollution is very high. There's, traffic jam is there, absolutely, irrational way of planning, house buildings and things. And this is what the development agencies promoted as development. And we are trying to say something different.
We decided that we should form an organization of our own, not trying to repeat the same thing that other organizations are doing, but we will take the information from the people and then write it in a way so that the policymakers understand. That's why we called it UBINIG. It's a Bengali acronym. The name is Unnayon Bikolper Niti Nirdharoni Gobeshona, and the English translation is Policy Research for Development Alternative.
UBINIG was founded in the mid-1980s as a learning circle among a group of intellectuals in Bangladesh, and two of the principal people involved were Farhad Mazar and Frida Akhtar. Farhad was a writer and a poet and a very well-known human rights activist, and he was very interested in looking at ways of dealing with the problem of rural poverty in Bangladesh. And Frida Akhtar was very active on the question of women and health, and really saw the problems of health in rural Bangladesh as a problem of poverty.
Initially, we used to do only research work, like going out with particular research subject and trying to get information, write it down, put it in a report and then share it. So that kind of work. But gradually we got more into talking to people.
Criticism is one thing. I mean, you can really be an advocate, say do this, do that, but you have to show that something works. And then we feel that we have to do something at the ground level. And that actually prompted us to go to the village and start doing something.
People who are suffering so many diseases, like as eye problem, headache, and stomach problem, and the gastric ulcer. So it was so much in the community level. So people was just telling us when we did this study, then we are suffering so many diseases because to chemical food.
The Bengali version of pesticide is called bish, and bish means poison. And poison is used even to kill, like suicide. If you want to kill yourself, you take the same bish that you are using to kill the pest. One woman told us, and we always quote that bish, destroys my body, destroys the body. And by body, she meant that the whole environment, not only her body. And women understand it more because many women had miscarriages, abortions, because of indiscriminate use of pesticide. Pesticide is definitely, is a poison, and it kills indiscriminately, and it doesn't kill only the pest you want to kill, it kills everything else.
They say, why should you stop using pesticide? They told me. I say, you'll stop using pesticide because it kills. There's no other reason. If they say if production goes down, I say, I don't know, you're the farmer, you tell me. All I can tell you is what is ethically right and what is ethically wrong. And you'll know how to come up with a technology that doesn't need pesticide. And within 3 months they came up. They said mixed cropping and the local seed. We started giving the training of the few 15 and 20, giving them the compost, how to make the compost. And the farmers say, we don't know how to make a compost. And I said, I don't know how to make a compost too because you're a farmer, let's do it together.
Historically, there is actually a very intricate and sophisticated system involved in selecting seeds and storing those seeds from harvest time to the next cultivation period. And women have passed down this knowledge over generations to each other, and this has meant that historically women have played an absolutely key and central role in the agricultural economy.
Now in Noyakrishi, because even the compost fertilizer that is made is also inside the house or within the homestead land. So most of the things are done at the homestead level, and therefore there is a very good interaction between man and woman. And men have to talk to women or get the permission from the woman what seed they are going to sow in this particular field, and women are the one who give them all the seeds that they have preserved. So this empowers women.
Handloom is a kind of industry that starts at the household level. So you should start from the household level. And then you go into social production. That means you increase more looms, make it a kind of a factory, and give the people training so that they can become the manager of the production systems. And then you go for much more cooperation, make it a bigger factory. So 1 handloom into 3 handloom to 10 handloom, then 20, and then 200.
One of our feminist perspective in our analysis of the weaving work was that if you talk about weaver, it has to be both men and women. It cannot be only men. They used to think that women cannot operate the loom. Now you will see many women are operating the loom. They are weavers. But the important part is pre-weaving processing, pre-loom operation processing that is done by women. She processes the yarn so well, and she is doing it even when she is doing all the household work at the same time.
Over the years, Ubenig has grown into a very sophisticated organization with a fairly substantial reach. Their work has been at many, many different levels, very much at the village level, at the regional level, and certainly also at the national level, in an attempt to persuade government to create the conditions under which rural development can take place. And interestingly, they've been one of the major forces for creating a regional network in South Asia of non-government organizations involved in rural development, especially food security related programming in India, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, Nepal, and Bangladesh.
Interpares is in some ways Ubenig North, and Ubenig is in some ways Interpares South. We observe in the world an erosion of sovereignty, that governments have less and less authority in the current globalized world to assert the rights of citizens. If you've been deprived of your livelihood, deprived of control of how your country is going to manage its economic affairs, that farmer has lost citizenship because of rules that are developed internationally far beyond his control. And our work is not to replace what has been taken away from him with a small project that will feed him for the next few years, but actually to support his efforts, his community's efforts, his compatriots' efforts to reassert sovereignty, and that is happening.